and get yourself. Go and get your shit and have it. You know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing the videos of us never, having being able to have a dog in a fight because we fucking just like, oh shit, why you got a gun and I don't? Just like what's it, Ahmad Arbery? Was that his name from the
Mm-hmm.
summer? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that shit. Like, okay, I get it. You jogging, you don't want to have a heavy ass gun on you, but the fact that them niggas was just like, yo,
There's so
block this
many
and
small
kill this nigga.
there's so many small pistols that you can run, especially for men because y'all have loose clothing when y'all
Yeah.
run versus women. If I wear my gun, I have to have like a gun, waist thing to put my gun in to conceal my gun to run with it. Even if I go to the recreation center where there's other people working out, I
Mm-hmm.
still run with my gun.
And just think about with going back to the Ahmaud Arbery situation. Them men were arrogant enough to be like, we're gonna trap this nigger and shoot him.
Yes, they were hunting. That was a hunt.
They were hunting niggas.
Yeah.
Yo, if that is what's going on in those southern areas, they don't do that shit up here. They ain't crazy enough to. But if that's what's going on in them southern areas, please have them things on y'all, yo.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing my brothers and sisters getting killed. Now, don't get it twisted now. If you got it in your car and you get pulled over, in my opinion, I tell the cop to take the shit out. I'm like, yo, my gun is in, my legally licensed gun is in my
Let me
my
tell you.
drawer. Could you come get it out for me?
Let
I
me
don't want
tell
no
you.
problems.
I I was on my way to work, and this is the first time I got pulled over. It was last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was 32, and it was a black woman that pulled me over, and she tried to say that I went through a stop sign. I didn't, but it was the end of the month. She trying to meet her quota,
Yeah,
so I was
quarter,
whatever.
this quarter.
I was
Mm-hmm.
in a good mood. I had my gun out in like the middle console, and she could see it. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't ask shit about it. She didn't mention it. I didn't mention it. She just told me her name. She asked
Mm-hmm.
me how I'm doing, and she was like, "I pulled you over because you didn't stop long enough at the stop sign or some shit." And I was like, "Okay." She went
Yeah.
to her car, wrote me the ticket, and I was done.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
feel people perpetuate sometimes what can possibly happen if you have a gun. It
Yeah.
really doesn't be like that, but some police officers are dicks.
Exactly. And I'm not talking like, okay, you caught yourself a black woman.
Yeah,
What's understood in our culture is what's understood. She
yeah,
knew your gun was out. She was like, she must clearly have a license for this. I'm in an
yeah,
open carry state. I'm not even gonna bother. I know she ain't gonna shoot me. Go and give
yeah,
her this ticket. Let me get up out of here. You
yeah.
can't do it with scared white people. We've learned that that's not how they work.
Fact.
They get triggered by the littlest thing, and if you
Hmm.
don't want to lose your life, don't need to be tough. No, you know what? I'm gonna throw this in there because it was such a great movie. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm encouraging all of y'all. The topic we talking about, go watch American Skin. That shit there.
Hmm.
If you've
Yeah.
seen that movie, this topic that we talking about right now, there's a discussion that needs to be had by police and the black culture that is in that movie. That Nate Turner, Nate Turner, that's his name. Yeah, made a great movie that should get a fucking Oscar nod. It will not, but it should.
We know why.
We know why, because
Yeah.
it goes against everything America stands for, especially
Yeah.
with black, police officers and blah blah blah. But Word is Born, yo, everything in that movie is it needs to be discussed today by blue lives and black lives. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It has to be discussed because it was a very very good movie, and the way they put that shit together made a lot of shit make sense. But I digress. We get back to these messages. Hold up.
Nigga, weird is not even the question. That weird ain't even answering. We got white on white crime, yo. I think it's hilarious. I'm sorry, that shit is hilarious to me.
Oh shit.
That's facts.
Yo, they been playing hunting. They been playing Hunger Games out here. They playing Hunger Games for real.
All I'm saying is I'm tired of seeing them play Hunger Games. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Especially in open carry states. I want my brothers and sisters to protect themselves, man. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't be in those states where, the law is made to help protect ourselves. You know what I mean? But once again, we have gotten 90 miles away from the main topic. People in the room, have you had a one night stand? And do you have a success story? We are trying to let y'all know that you can have a one night stand and be the number one option. You can be a wife, you can be a husband. It doesn't matter, how fast you did it. It's about, in my opinion, how much you do. So we got male, female listeners out there. Please let us know, any stories you have about one night stands, how it worked out for you. We had a few people that had, 10-year relationships afterwards, a few, multiple year relationships, and some people that, got dumped immediately. So we're just trying to hear your perspective. We're a judgment free zone here. We are not judging anybody. Make sure you follow myself and She Gets It. And content controversy is what we do over here on the Dungeon Show. We want,
Yes.
to come over and give us your opinion. Speak with me and She Gets It, and let us know how you feeling out there. So but back to you, young lady.
Yeah.
So because I'm trying to get back on topic.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier
Uh-huh.
that how to get women who have been one night stands or men who have been one night stands to be number one, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't believe in number one.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah. That's so. Go ahead.
I,
Why?
I believe that you either the only, and if I gotta be number one, that means there's also other numbers, right?
Mhm. Okay.
And I'm
That's
I'm not being in no position to be number one, and I don't want to be your first priority. I want you to be your first priority because you have to check yourself before you can be good for anybody else in your life. So I should never be number one in your life. If somebody tells me I'm number one in their life, that means there's something else that they're not doing right.
Mm-hmm.
So I also believe that when you're in relationships or you have relationships with people, whether it's friendships, romantic ships, or partnerships in business, I feel like you only have people for moments. And
Yeah.
when people start to understand that you have people for moments, no matter if you love those people or those people are good to you or whatever, you
Mm-hmm.
start to appreciate the time you spend with people and stop trying to own people and stop trying to take over control of this moment in your life because things change, life changes, and it's not always going to be great, it's not always going to be shitty, it's not always going to be full of unsureness. And so
Mm-hmm.
I start to look at my moments with people as moments with people, and I don't make future expectations in the fact that we're gonna have forever because forever doesn't exist. I can't even have my kids forever. So when you're looking at people as in moments in time, you
Mm-hmm.
forget about how long you're gonna be here. Are you gonna stay? Do you really love me? You stop questioning that dumb shit.
Yep. Listen, I don't know. I don't know if y'all see why her screen name is what it is, but she gets it. Like, yeah, I need y'all to get it. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is it's. I get it. Some people are like, hey, I never even thought about this shit, but that's the way things are working out here. And these are things you need to look at when dealing with people or dealing with somebody long term, and before you're going to invest your time. You know what I mean? Make sure that you understand this person is worth it. You know what I mean? Male or female, make sure that this person is worth your time and you're not just giving your time because time is something you cannot get back.
Facts.
So do not just give it to anybody. You know what I mean? And the problem with what we're talking about is honestly, y'all giving time to anybody. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all are just giving time to anybody. And it's a bunch of loser ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, then the people that I get it, it's not cool, because what people see nowadays as lame is not cool to be with. But at the end of the day, when you see people in successful relationships, and most of the time they're like, damn, they were the person that I thought would have been lame. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's an engineer. He works for whatever company for this long. He never wore the dopest clothes, but he always, was dressed right and smelled good. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have tattoos and all that. So I thought he was whack. But it's like, nah, man. Like what it is like there's such a lack of love for morals nowadays that
Mm-hmm.
when somebody like that, you naturally be like, they're lame. You got morals. You got respect for shit. I'm not into that. I want a nigga that's out here disrespecting his mama. You
They're
know what I mean?
stupid.
Like, what is that?
That's so stupid to me. Like you want somebody with a good character, and for me, a lot of my male friends, they think I'm crazy when I say my ideal person would be somebody that's equally passionate in what they do and loves what they do, and
Mm-hmm.
possibly works a job where every day is different, and they're not going to be able to come to that place that we share every day.
Yeah.
They're going to understand that today creatively for 2 days you might not see me. I'm gonna be in this part of the house, and they're gonna be comfortable. They're gonna be able to go about their business and not have their emotions in it and think they did something wrong, or
Yeah.
I'm up to something. Like you understand me creatively to know that I don't want to be around you right now just because I don't want to be around you right now. I need to be focused on this, and a lot of people don't understand that. So when I tell them, like, if I was married, I need a house big enough to where sometimes it'll feel like I'm there by myself.
Yeah. You can go escape.
Yeah, and I don't want to see the person I'm with every day. So there I feel like there is a man that understands, like, I want you to be equally engulfed in your thing and I want to be equally engulfed in my thing, but when we make time for each other, ain't no phones, ain't no
Mhm.
outside people interfering in that shit, and you have
Yes, I-
okay. So,
so
what
now my question to you with what you're saying is, what if the man that you're looking for has that same feeling where he's like, all right, I'm cool with that because I also need my space away. And
yes.
but now what if it's different? What if he's like, don't call me, don't text me, no nothing. Like, what if you're like, because now, and I'm just throwing myself in this
Mhm.
because for me, I'm about consistency.
Mhm.
So in a relationship, I need to hear from my woman, on a daily basis. We don't have to see each other, but we just need to converse with you, check in with you, see how you're doing. But
Yeah.
as far as you still going to do your own thing, you know what I mean? You're not gonna see me. You going out with
Oh
your girls?
yeah, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna have you wondering about me, but we not about to talk 5 times during the day.
No, no, no. It don't
Yeah.
even need to be all that. You just look. I need to make sure you're alive. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how you doing? I met you, wanted to see you, blah blah blah. Done. Like, it don't need to be. Let me call you in another 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing
But
that because
you know
that's
what?
insecurity.
The most beautiful thing with relationships with people, period,
Mm,
is being around them and then not being around them. And then when you come together, you really want to be immersed within them. I really
mm,
want to know how you feeling. I really want to know how the past 2 days were for you. I really missed you. I felt what it felt like to miss you. People
yeah,
who are in somebody's face every day, calling them, FaceTiming them, having all
yeah,
this fucking access, your relationship is not gonna last long because you've been fucking eating it up too much.
yeah. And that's the whole thing is like if you're just looking for someone to keep you company, that's not a relationship.
Listen,
Like now you just got somebody who's like, oh, I'll be there because you need me to be there, but you could get all kinds of shitty people that have nothing but free time.
listen. And that's a turn off for me. When a man has too much fucking free time for me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you because there is something that you need to be doing right now because we all have something to do that you're
Yep.
not doing for whatever reason, and you need to work through that.
Yep. We
I don't
we should
ever want
both. No, go ahead.
I don't ever want to tell my man what time it is.
Yeah, no. Me and my girl, same situation. It's like, yo, we both have groups of friends that we should be doing things with. It shouldn't just be, oh, I'm all about you. It's like, yo, my
Yeah.
girl party. Now we could do things with those, we could interact with those groups, but it's cool with me when she called me, hey, me and my girls are going out for drinks tonight. Have fun. See you later. I'm not gonna call interrupt. Call me when you get home. Don't call me while you out with your girls. What I want to listen to you trying to talk to me while there's a bunch of loud music and people in the background? No. Call me when you get home and get in the bed. Let me know you good. That's it. I don't like it's funny because people don't understand the signs of an insecure person as opposed to someone who cares for you. You know what I mean? Like insecure person, but like call me every 5 minutes when you're out with a girl and FaceTime. Let me make sure you ain't with all other niggas. Somebody who just cares for you. You know what? Go have fun with your friends. Hit me when you get in the crib and you about to go to sleep. Plain as
Hmm.
I mean, people don't get that now. It's like, oh no, I don't want to be bothered at all. I'm like, listen, if you don't want to be bothered at all, don't be in a relationship. You really got to understand if you're not trying to be with nobody. Like, you're not going to meet people for the most part.
Why I am not in one. It is so
Exactly.
like people like to be like, what? But why you single? Why you
Mm.
say it like that? Why is that such a negative thing from the jump?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Like, you could be sick because I know myself,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Like, I'm single because I actually want to be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Woe was me. This is. I want to be this way. I'm good. I don't want anybody in my life right now. And
Yeah.
it's not because I'm lonely and can't get nobody. It's because I'm actually not one of these toxic people out here fucking things up for everybody else.
I don't have enough emotions to go around honestly and authentically to play with someone's feelings and be like, I want to be in something that I don't. So
Mm-hmm.
until I meet somebody that's as honest and upfront and direct with me and doesn't put my feelings first, they put the truth first, I'm gonna be by myself.
Yeah. And like I said, as I said a long time ago, y'all ain't changing shit. When it
Yes.
comes to men, I can't stress enough. You ain't changing shit. Listen to play these messages.
The way I kind of see it is the one night stand is kind of like the candle that burns brightest. I mean, it's incredibly hot and incredibly intense for a good solid amount of time, but that flame goes out very quickly, and once it goes out, there's nothing left to rekindle.
All right, Eric. So you came in late. And I
Mm.
changed one man's mind. I'm about to change yours too, probably. So
Hmm.
the pro one night stand show. we're we're trying to explain how you can have a one night stand and still be considered for a relationship. So you're telling me, Eric, that if you have a one night stand with a woman that happened organically, not she got in the car, I was like, I'm gonna suck your dick to the morning time.
Hmm.
Just organic, you had a nice dinner, good conversation, you're attracted to her. She checks off everything on your list, blah, blah, blah. You go back to your house, y'all talk a little bit more, you have a few more drinks, and things happen. She doesn't do too much in the bedroom. It's a nice casual sexual encounter and consensual sexual encounter. You all of a sudden gonna tell me the next day, like, well, nah, I'm not interested anymore because you gave it up to me the first night. Even though you had the time of your life and this woman meets all of your requirements, you're not gonna be like, well, let me see where this goes. Come back and holler at your boy now. Now that you took that perspective, Eric. I'm hoping that's your name correctly.
Hmm.
Next message.
When I had one night stands, I feel like the guys didn't take me serious no more. So
Mm.
yeah, I messed up on all that. Like, so yeah.
All right, JG11. Now I gotta ask some questions. I got some questions for you.
Why?
So,
Would you? Why would you go in on a one night stand? And I'm asking, I'm not judging. Why would you go on a one night stand and wanting it to be more or being surprised how someone takes you after that when is their personal choice to think whatever they want to think of you when you allow what you allow. So if that's a gamble that you're not prepared to take, you should have
mhm.
never did the one night stand because people do have that option of not wanting to take somebody seriously that did a one night stand. But it
Yeah.
also when it bothers some people about that one night stand. But I also feel like that's a gamble you take when you do have a one
Mm.
night.
And you're 100% right. So, people, now we get it. We're going to throw this in there. You also have to remember if you don't want to risk the fact that somebody might just have a standard where I don't fuck with people that fuck me on the first night,
Yeah.
then just don't do it. You know what I mean? First of all, like you're having conversations on this date. You can also, if you like, I really want to fuck this person. Talk talk about it, but in a subtle way.
Mm-hmm.
You ask that question, be like, man, how do you feel about one night stand people? And then let them answer that question. But I can't stand them. I would never deal with somebody that one night stand. Okay, put your dick in your vagina back in your pants, and don't expect anything to happen tonight if you want to continue on with this person. But that's your job to find that out.
Yeah.
You know, is what that person you're dealing with, what their belief system is. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna try it, and then it may fuck you up for some people. Some people are like, nah, bro, I don't deal with that at all. and now you like, damn, I'm out of the running. Yeah, but you should have talked to the person and found out what their belief systems were and what they were like. I keep stressing how important communication is. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna sit here like just freestyle and shit because you can't. You can't freestyle. You have to find out how important communication is and what it means. Um, what it means to certain people with one night stands. So, um, but back to what was her name? Jay something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Young lady, I need to know what kind of one night stands experiences you had and why it didn't work out. Because as I said from the beginning of the show, my motto is not about how soon you do it; it's about how much you do. So,
Mm-hmm.
Jay, how much were you doing
Mm-hmm.
during one night stands? Well, you said that never worked out for me because or were these niggas giving you signs where they were like, if I fuck on the first date, I'm not. You didn't listen, or what? But I need to know because we're gonna try and correct this for you. Not saying,
And
go ahead.
and don't forget that some men lie to get the pussy. That's just what they do, and that's a gamble you take also.
Yeah, yeah. Jay, were you dealing with liars? Who were just trying to smash and you fell for it, or are you like a super freak and you just did too much and niggas was like, oh no, nah, I ain't the first one she did all this with. So hit us back, Jay. I need to know so we can help fix you in your one night stand situation. Let's put this other message we got in here.
Oh, Shan, yes, I truly understand why you're single. Single, and I just want to say, you guys, sorry about this echo. Like I said, I'm at work. But yeah, Shan, I truly understand why you're single. I get that because I am the same way. I agree with you, Dungeon. you know, and when I'm out with my friends, I want to be able to hang out with my friends. I want to let you go and hang out and do your thing and be with your friends. And yeah, I'm going to call you when I get home, let you know that I'm good, that I'm safe. Like, there has to be a level of maturity, and people have to understand, you need space. That's what makes relationships grow and make people stronger, because you have to have space for one another.
She's 100% right. You
So
know,
important.
can we have some time to miss each other?
Yes, essential. Why you think your great grandparents' marriages probably worked longer? Because there was no FaceTime, there was no
Yeah,
cell phone. You only
yeah,
called people when they were away from the home if it was an emergency and somebody died. That's why when people hear a phone ring, older people, they get scared. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Oh, that.
today we got too much fucking access to people who are going to come back home.
And yeah, and back to your same question about our grandparents. This is during, especially if you black.
Hmm.
These are times where if you came home at night, you was lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people, of course, you're like, I'm so happy my husband made it home tonight. I get to sleep with him again. Thank God. You know what I mean? Like now, like you said, FaceTime, texting, apps, living together, all that. You just be like, yo, please, like, I don't need that. You know what I mean? So I get it, but it's you know, it, communication is still going to always be a
Yes.
major variable in any relationship. Any relationship, there can't be survival in a relationship with no communication.
You know
Where
what
it's
the
just,
same thing in relationships is to me, and one that I miss?
uh,
Being within the essence of a person's presence, but not saying shit.
uh-huh. That's facts, and you get that benefit when you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always that shit ain't always gotta be said. You're just like, yo, I love this person, they love me. We just lay up on each other and chill. You
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to have a talk. We know what each other wants. But either way, communication comes with it. But I get a lot of people who are like, yo, I'm not really down for all that. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not down for it, then a relationship probably isn't for you because it's gonna be hard to make that relationship continue to work
Yeah.
with no kind of communication. You know what I mean? So I don't but that's I guess it's the new rules of today where everybody's like, you
I
know,
I
I
hate
don't I can freestyle this. And it's like,
I hate today's rules, and I'm not. I don't do rules. I don't do traditional. I want to be excited about my husband when I'm in my 80s, and all I could do is gum him down.
Mm. See, and before we get to the next message, I also want to go on the fact that it seems like polyamorous relationships are what's becoming popular now. Why I'm glad I'm off the market because this
Mm-hmm.
that shit. All polyamorous relationships appear to be, to me, in my opinion, are a bunch of single people who actually communicate with each other.
Yep.
That's it. I
Yep.
haven't heard the benefit. I'm like, because they're like, well, we're polyamorous, so we sleep with other people, but we talk. I'm like, okay, so you are single people that talk to each other.
Mm.
Like, instead of the single people who are like, I ain't got to explain shit to you. I'm like, that's the only
So,
difference in polyamorous people, in my opinion.
so are polygamous people the ones that live in house with each other and cohabitate?
Yeah, so polygamy is where you marry, I believe,
Okay.
and y'all live together. Polyamorous is where you're dating and you date multiple people, and you have to be transparent about what you're doing
Mm.
with those people. So you can be like, "Oh yeah, I'm dating 5 other people. These are my spouses. This is who I'm fucking. Blah blah blah." But you still get to go out and do it, and that's it. That's why I was like, I don't understand the difference in just being single. Besides the fact that in being single, you just don't have to say anything at all. You know what I mean? You just be single, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we'll see. Let's get to some of these messages.
The guys that I had one night stands with, they still.
Now that was a baby crying. I need to know what you did.
The guys that I had one night stands with, I mean, they still dealt with me or whatever like that, But just for like a couple of months, and that was it, They just disappeared, just stopped talking to me, you know. And that hurted me. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. It's life. But that really did hurt me. And like, when a lot of guys stopped talking to me, I just said, bump it. I just stopped talking to people. And I just went cold. Stopped talking to people and turned celibate. I said, let me stop worrying about these guys. Because everybody I talk to just out talking to me. So that just made me real mad.
All right, we got a case here. How we gonna help the young lady?
I think I think you shouldn't have shut down, but I think you should have changed your approach because you didn't say the guy, you said the guy. That means, one person stopped talking to you and you tried the next person, but you dealt with them the same way and then they stopped talking to you. So you reached your threshold of dealing with guys, but you cut yourself off too soon. You should have changed the way your approach. So instead of me have a one night stand with this one, since the last one didn't go my way, let me not have a one night stand and see if this person has anything mentally to offer. Anything, do I actually like this person as a person, minus the possible dick that might happen? And then eventually, if you think you want the possibility of a dick, and it
Uh-huh.
comes, then you appreciate it more, and then they appreciate you more because they spent the time getting to know you in the process. Some
Uh,
people you don't even need to spend the time to get to know.
so, one, I agree with everything she gets just said, Jay. But two, you're out here serial dating. It seems. Um, so serial dating's a whole nother game. But
Yeah.
uh, you definitely are. It also sounds like you might be getting fooled. Like it might be a few of these niggas that do the whole, oh, I want a relationship thing, and then they trick you and they fuck later on and they leave you. So you, like, once again, as I said before when this first started, how is your whole odometer,
Mm.
Jay? I need to know. Like, can you tell myself, and she gets it, what are the signs of a male hoe?
Mm-hmm.
You tell us that, then all right, we might need to come with a different approach. But right now, I feel like you may not know the signs of a male hoe because it seems like that's what you keep getting, and we're
Yeah.
trying to get you out of the place of dealing with male hoes. So when you have these one night stands, they can be successful, and it won't be a guy talking to you and then leaving you, a few months down the line. It'll be a guy talking to you and then marrying you
Mm-hmm.
or wifing you a few months down the line. You know what I'm saying? Next message.
Yes, Shan, that's why I fuck with you. See, Shan, me and we get this. We understand this. I
Yeah.
don't want to be in a traditional relationship. And I remember telling you and Greg that
Mm-hmm.
I've been with my oldest three kids' father on and off for 20 years. And I'm like, I don't want to do this traditional, let's get married and things like that. I'm just not a traditional girl. You know, I I like to bend the rules a little, to be a rebel. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why I fuck with you the way I do, Shan, because me and you, we think alike. We're here. We're on the same level. We understand each other. We get each other.
You feel me? That is
Yeah.
fact.
So I have a confession to make.
Okay.
I was sitting here this whole time like, yo, who the fuck is this Shan person they keep talking to? Like,
My
I
name
was
is
like,
Shan.
I'm like, neither of us have screen names that deal with Shan.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it says Shan is my. I was like, that they're talking to her. I was like, who is?
Yeah.
Shan? I was like, keep it, yo, Shan, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know who y'all niggas are talking to, but ain't no Shan in the room. Like, I looked at, it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh. I'm talking with shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? I never call anybody by their government or even their nickname. I just call them by the avatar.
Oh,
So that,
my name is Chantal, but Shan is easier to say for most people, so I put Shan.
oh, okay, cool. Because I was sitting there like, yo, who are they talking? They keep asking somebody. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna let them rock. But I get it now. Okay, good. Now that's all. That truth is off my chest. Okay, you can go on to the next message.
Yes, I do have a baby in the background.
Mhm.
He 1 years old, and that relationship was an epic fail. I was with him for 3 years. Epic fail. He treated me so wrong, and I still stayed with him and kept getting pregnant,
Yeah.
having kids and everything. So yeah, but I
Lessons.
learned from that situation. So I'm out of that situation. I learned,
Yeah.
and I moved on.
As long as we learning, I love it.
We learning, but Shan, I feel like we're gonna have to help Jay. I feel like she needs some help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like she's a good spirited person and she keeps falling into the wrong guys. Cause, she had a baby by a guy she don't fuck with. You know what I mean? She said the one night stand guy's leaving her. So, Shan, sorry, not Shan. Jay, maybe you don't need to be part of this one night stand life. You
No,
know,
it's not for you.
we we're gonna put you in the Shan life and we're gonna play the long game. Go on,
Yeah.
kick it to man.
I think you should just reserve yourself more and give
Yep.
people small pieces of you and not slices of you. Um,
Uh,
and only deal with people who have something to bring to the table or invest in you. And treat your pussy like a hot pocket. You
there you go.
earn it. Okay? It needs to cook. It needs
Uh-huh.
to simmer. And then you may have it. Okay? And I think the longer you give people time to show themselves and reveal themselves, then you will have a better picking. It's like fruit. You just don't pick up a fruit when you see it with a bunch of fruit. You look at it, you inspect it, you feel it, you touch it, you spend time, and then you put it in your basket because that's the best piece of fruit. Treat
Uh-huh.
treat yourself just like that.
Uh-huh. There you go, Jay. We want you to switch to the long game.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of these niggas taking advantage of you, Jay. You know what I mean? You're getting these niggas, they're not committing, they're getting you pregnant and they're not doing what they need to do. I want you to get somebody who is gonna do what you want them to do.
Let me
Give
tell
you
you,
the what'd you say?
I've had an ex, my first ex, right? And this man is still trying to make something out of nothing. And he said to me, I don't he was like, I think you don't like the way I eat pussy. I said I don't. And he was like, well, I don't like the way that you suck dick. I said I know because I don't like sucking your dick.
Mhm.
And we started to have an honest conversation. And this is after we've had our relationship and it didn't work. And he was
Yeah.
like, I just feel like if I like you and I care about you and I love you and you like me, and I want to fuck and we fuck, I feel like that should be enough for you. I said that's not how I fuck. That's not
Yeah.
how you see me. If I mentally don't want you, I don't like you mentally,
Yeah.
physically, there's
It's
not
not
gonna be there's not gonna be nothing for me to get off from you physically.
gonna.
And then if you're not trying to learn how I like to be fucked and do that, then you're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm. And I go along with that where I'm like, okay, so we're trying to teach each other something, and we're trying to have a prolonged situation where we have to learn more about each other. But my whole thing is like, if you're not into that person,
Hmm.
don't bother learning about them.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's not gonna be perfect example. Not gonna be genuine. If I'm into you, you ain't gonna have to tell me how to figure out how to eat your pussy. I'm gonna
Listen,
show you how to eat pussy.
listen.
And you know what? If I'm into you, and if I was doing something wrong, you're like, "Yo, eat my ass before you eat pussy." Then that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But if not, you could talk to somebody till you blue in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna get what you want because somebody has to want to do that for you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If anything, like I look at it like this: when you tell somebody that, and then you're like, "Oh well, what I like my pussy eating this way, and I like to be fucked this way," and the guy's gonna be like, "Listen, I don't like you like that. I'm gonna
Exactly.
fuck you, fuck. I'm pussy
Exactly.
what I eat, and that's it.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do but the bare minimum.
Listen.
Cause I don't fuck with you like that. I don't fuck with you the long way.
Hello. When I'm with a man and I really love that man and I want to make sure that he's pleased all the time because that's what you really like somebody, you really love somebody, you want to learn them and you want to
Mm,
time and know them. I want to figure out a way to wow them every day. I want to
yeah.
figure out a way. If I wowed you with dick sucking and pussy tossing, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do better tomorrow. And I'm educating myself on how I can do it better. I'm asking questions.
Yeah.
After we fuck and we might be all sweated out, I might hit you with the. So what my pussy feel like? What is it like in there? You know, and
Yeah.
if the person doesn't care for you to know, if the person doesn't care for you to have feedback, that's another sign that somebody doesn't give a fuck about you being pleased when they
Mm-hmm.
don't ask you your opinion on shit.
Yes, exactly. Like these are all red flags, people. Like when you're dealing with somebody and you were talking about when you're trying to get in deeper with them, because we're starting at the first point, which is the one night stand. So just for the new listeners, we're starting out where we're trying to basically say people who do one night stands should not automatically be kicked out of the running for primary positions in your life.
Mm,
It's not about how soon you do it; it's about how much you do, in my opinion. And Shan over here, aka She Gets It, plays the long game. So some people play the long game too. But just because y'all have sex really fast, doesn't mean don't deal with each other. Fuck it. This person's a whore. That's not always what that means. So, but now with the whole learning the other person and wanting to do what it takes to please them, to me, that's also showing that you want to get in the relationship status. You
yeah.
know, because you don't give a fuck about pleasing somebody who you not interested in. Why would that matter to me? If we had sex and then you're like, oh, I would have liked if you ate my pussy better in this way, and then if I'm not interested in you, I just be like, I don't care because I'm not gonna fuck you again.
Right.
I mean, I don't care how you want your pussy in, but if I'm into you and you're like, yo, sex is great. I really like my ass ate before my pussy ate. Guess who gonna get their ass ate before they pussy get ate next
Listen,
time we have sex? Guess
listen.
that's gonna happen too. You
Hello.
come into not follow the signs, ladies and gents. And listen, follow the signs. Somebody is to me, in my opinion, holds the same way, just like they say. When we make time for the things we want to make time for.
Yeah.
Same way sexually. Like you gonna please sexually the people that you want to make time to please sexually. and that's it, because that person is important enough to you. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Most people really nowadays are like, I don't give a fuck. But if they do, yo, keep hanging out with that person, man. Go on and see where it goes. Because
Mm-hmm.
most people don't give a damn nowadays. So if you got
Yeah.
them, you got them. Get these messages.
No, it's not for me because I get in my feelings too much. So no, that's why I just said hell no. Let me stop this shit.
Yeah,
All right.
you gotta be able to park your feelings. Some people might say, "Oh, you just mean," or you cold hearted." It ain't about being cold hearted. It's about being direct. I don't have the patience to learn somebody right now. I don't want to learn somebody right now. I don't
Okay.
want to give a fuck about somebody else's feelings because I got other people that are priority in my life, like my children, and
Mhm.
I'm just not in this space to give a fuck. So me
Yeah.
telling you that tells you that, oh, I'll just call her sometimes, but sometimes she's not going to answer and she's not going to make time for me. It doesn't mean there's something wrong that I'm doing, it's where she's at. And we have to get to a point where we stop listening for what we want to hear and just listen for what's being said.
What we did. Yes. Woo! Yo, y'all see her screen name, right? She gets it. She fucking gets it. Like, yo, exactly. Like the fact you're like, yo, I'm telling you what I really want, not what you want to hear. Y'all gotta listen to that, man. Sometimes that's the rule you gotta play by. That's not what I wanted to hear. I really wanted to date this person, but this person is telling me, well, dating is not where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
That's not where I'm headed in life. Leave that person alone, because I'm sure the new listeners haven't heard, but I told women this earlier, and I'm going to always stay by the statement: you are not changing shit
Yeah,
ever.
yeah,
A man is ready to change, he will change. You will never. Just
yeah.
look at history. Like, you know, don't even. I'm a random new nigga. I'm a random new nigga to you. Look into the history of relationships. Name one time you ever saw a woman make a nigga just change he because she wanted him to. It don't work that way. If he changed, he wanted to change. Most of the time, niggas don't even want to change, and you will find it out by trying to make them change. What you saying over there?
That is facts. And if you think you willing to put up with this shit and wait it out, then you're gambling on the fact that it'll never change or it might possibly change. But you go
Exactly.
with everything else in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. I'll do it. Message.
I absolutely believe you can commit to someone after a one night stand.
Okay.
Um, as long as both parties mutually feel the same, there's nothing wrong. Well, there's nothing wrong with being caught up in a moment.
So she's a believer. Is
Hmm.
how what is that? Is that three people or four people? I'm trying to think.
I think that's three people.
Three people. We got three people who we have converted. Well, she didn't convert. She was already about it. But
Yeah.
we have got three conversions tonight for people who understand that one night stands do not mean that you are not worthy. Thank you, young queen, for your comment. And understand we got three people who get it. And we have one the Lamar J guy who I transitioned his opinion. He was like, he was like, oh hell no. And then I explained to him, he's like, oh yeah, that's possible. So we on four tonight. We got four people who have transferred to the one night stand team. Appreciate y'all. Let's see what we got here.
I am an advocate of taking your time
Yes.
only because you don't want to give yourself to someone unless you really know who you're giving yourself to. But I know a lot of people who are in successful relationships, and it started with a one night stand.
Mm.
These are facts.
Yeah.
So I definitely get what she's saying. Um, you know, I want to kind of reiterate, because we keep getting on topic here. What we were discussing about, to all the new listeners, is basically that you can be the number one prospect in somebody's life after a one night stand, male or female. We're just telling you the right way to go about it and giving you different experiences and in the way that it works. Myself and she gets it.
Mhm.
So make sure you feel free to comment. This is a judgment free zone. We don't, judge anybody here. We make sure we listen to all the comments and make sure that we respond to the comments as well. So make sure you follow myself if she gets it, and listen to the content and controversy we got going over here on our show. So everybody's been enjoying our conversation tonight. We're gonna keep it moving. What we got over here? You have anything to say, Shan?
Nope. I think it could work both ways. One night stand or not one night stand. And it's all about that chemistry because chemistry don't lie. And I think people need to also look up um, karmic partners, which are basically partners that feel like soulmates, but they're really not. And also twin flames because that shit never goes away.
Nice. What was the name of the first one again? You said
Karmic partners.
karmic partners. Okay. So now, does this have to do with astrology too, or no?
A little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
it's more so about personalities and chemistry
Uh-huh.
and also just that tenseness that you just always have. Like you always have that strong connection to a person, but it doesn't necessarily mean that person's about to be your forever person, but it's just something that just is.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Perfect. Next message.
Damn, I wish I could believe it, but I just don't believe it. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't believe it.
Mm. She gotta be convinced through an experience.
Yeah. Listen, Jay, we playing a long game, and you know what? We're about to make you. Well, I'm gonna make you a personal project now. We gonna find you love, Jay. You know, not tonight, but in the future. You know what I mean? We gonna spruce you up, find out what you're really into, and then I'm gonna do a dating show to make sure that you get yourself a man.
And I'm a
That's
believer that
what.
you find love when you're not looking.
Yes, yes, that's a fact because um when I got my most recent relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I was totally done. I was
Mm-hmm.
all this shit. Like I was like, listen, I don't think women know what they're looking for, and so what I'm considered in the black culture or community is a unicorn,
Mm-hmm.
and because I hit on all cylinders. At that time, I was single, had my own place, career, car, no kids, no baby mama, college grad, educated, handsome, blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
killing these niggas out here, killing
Mm-hmm.
them. And I would tell women, I was like, "You said you were looking for a black man." I was like, "You're not gonna find a black man with everything I'm offering just down the street willy nilly. Now, if you
Yeah.
want to buy babies and kids, you gonna find tons of them." I'm like, but you keep saying you don't want no kids. You know what I mean? And when I tell you I was struggling, I'm telling you I was struggling. Like my struggle hit. Let me tell you, Shan, this is how bad my shit was. I had one chick, and I'm gonna call her the other word. I had one bitch actually who
Ooh.
who had a whole argument about how men who are successful aren't as good as men who are deadbeats because they'll cheat on you quicker. I was
Wow.
like, niggas, you crazy. I was like, most of these niggas that ain't got shit going for themselves have the multiple baby mamas. She was like, nah, you successful niggas, y'all be out here cheating all the time. I was like, first of all, you know where we're at for the majority of the day because we're working. I was like, see, once you know where our job is and what the telephone number or what the address is, you just come check up on us. I was like, you're homeless baby daddy. You don't know what the fuck this nigga's doing all damn day. He just be in the house fucking bitches and then having whole families on the side that he can't afford. This was really an argument that I had with somebody.
You
I had
wasted
this
it.
conversation.
You wasted energy.
It was, yeah, but I was single at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, are we at a point where women don't even understand what a good man is anymore? Like what a overly qualified man? Like that's why I was getting so turned off because I was like, yo, so you trying to make me the bad dude because I did what I was supposed to do? And the bitch is like, yeah, you should be out here being a dirtbag and getting multiple women pregnant. No, you sound fucking stupid, yo.
I did an episode I think it was last month on women being don't know how to pour into a good man,
Mm-hmm.
or don't know how to receive a good man, because that is the thing where society has told you that, you know, this is the only way a man is a man, or this is what a man looks like. And then we watch these shows and this dumb reality TV and we think that's it, and it's not.
Yeah, and now is it also because those statuses would make you be considered as a lame, or how does it work? What if your studies
Um,
showed you?
if there's some things that men do right
Mm,
that immature women are not ready for, so they automatically put you in the lame category. But there's
mhm.
nothing about a man having a career that pays him well enough to take care of his priorities and have
Yeah.
some that has benefits, that has something where he'll be able to take care of you if need be.
Mhm.
And men that do have great jobs and work in places where you know the address and you can actually pull up and they can get a proper tax return on some shit, they're
Yeah,
meeting better women at those jobs that are also on their shit.
yeah. And I didn't understand why that was an issue. Like, I was literally getting lectured by a woman who was like, "Yo, you're the problem." I was like, "I'm the problem." I
And
was like, "Oh,
you should have
this,
said okay, because mentally she's not ready, mentally she's immature, and she would never receive you saying, if you just click here you'll get $1 million, no question asked, no stipulations. She will be
yeah,
arguing with you about the fact that no, you're lying.
yeah." No, and don't get it twisted. I didn't spend my life trying to convince her about me, because, like you said, you're wasting your time. Like, why? This is common sense at this point. Goddamn. You know what I mean? Like, what? I'm trying to sit here. I'm like, well, I'm hitting on all cylinders, hitting everything you're looking for, and now you're gonna sit here and be like, oh no, that just means you're actually bad. It doesn't mean that you're actually what I'm looking for, because you have everything I want. So that lets me know you're gonna cheat even harder. And I'm like, yo, you fucking sound crazy.
I want men and women to get to a point where we stop saying men ain't shit and women ain't shit,
Mm-hmm.
because it's the women that you're choosing that ain't shit that you like. The men
Yeah.
that you're choosing that ain't shit that you like. And what about those men not being shit attracts you? Flies attract other flies.
Mm-hmm. Listen, you want to really go in deep, because we can't go but so deep right now. But I'm gonna tell you some shit somebody said the other day that I was like, oh shit. It was like, you never hear white women talking about how all white men ain't shit, do you? I
Right.
was like, God damn. I was like, yo, I've never even thought about that. I was like, I can't even think about the time I heard a white woman go, white man ain't shit.
This
These
is
white men out here ain't doing nothing for me.
this is the
Blah,
epitome
blah.
of what of why black people are saying, oh, you shouldn't be on Clubhouse because that's not an app for us. No, there are black people with common sense who are choosing to make rooms about why black men don't want black women, why black men don't do this, or why black women don't do this. Where the holes at? Thoughts only. And then you have other groups of different ethnicities making a group about how to create passive income, single moms having passive income, men in therapy, black men in therapy. So it's a choice to be about some dumb shit. It's also a choice to pick people about dumb shit. And sometimes we have to own it. Black people choose to put themselves in rooms and spaces among people that ain't on nothing legit, full of something of substance.
Yo, it bothers me because that's such a whole nother fucking topic, yo.
Yeah.
And but it's such a necessary topic that needs to be handled within the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, because nobody really goes into that. But it's like, you can see that. Like, I had an issue when I first got on this app where there was too many black Trump supporters on here. I didn't understand it. I was like, I don't understand how y'all could support this nigga.
Wasted energy again.
It was once you found out that they didn't know what the fuck they was talking about.
Yeah.
What I was doing, it was a social experiment to be like, okay, let me see somebody else's point of view, because that's how I come. I come like that. I don't come with you need to listen to me, shut the fuck up. It was
Mm-hmm.
I need to understand this black point of view. Am I missing something? Is there something y'all know that I don't? And then what I just heard was a bunch of idiot bullshit QAnon shit. Oh, Joe Biden and Barack Obama have a pedophile ring. I'm like, oh, y'all just.
Do you hear this? Do you hear this silence? Yes, this is a space where your ad could be played about your product, where your ad could be played about your business, about your show, because I believe we can all be great on different shows and platforms. So if you're looking for ad space right now, your ad could be playing here instead of me talking and instead of this silence. So next time when I do an episode and you want to promote your show, your business, or your services, hit me up at shegetsit.pod@gmail.com. Now back to my show. Back to my show. Don't say I never gave y'all anything. I'm giving you this space to be great. Please check out She Gets It shop on Teespring. The website is in the description for the show. All right, I got merch on there for the show for those who would like to wear their support or show their support that way. You can support the She Gets It show and podcast and merch on that website. And if you can't get the website, just remember www.whoisshan.com, and you can support me on other shows too and other places to shop for merch. Let's get back to the show.
Stupid. Okay, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, then it's a different situation. But I was just wondering, like, because it boggled my mind that there were so many groups on here, so many that were just like, we pro-black and we love Trump. And I was like, but why is it so many of y'all on here? You know what I mean? Y'all ain't, you not at my office talking that shit, because you wouldn't. Because niggas look at you like, fuck is you talking about? I was like, I get it. The internet provides a platform for you to talk about shit that you would not say in the real world sometimes. And that's where you come in. You know, where you people can, where you're like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna say this shit in my corporate office, but I'll say it to a bunch of crazy niggas on this app. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, I can't. I'm not with the shits. You know what I mean? But I digress. Let me get these messages. Hold on.
Yes, most of the guys that's broke got all them baby mamas,
Okay.
be dealing with all them women,
Yeah.
and be wanting them, and then them women then these women be so gullible and thirsty, they be taking care of these broke niggas. These niggas
Well,
ain't got nothing. A
they
pocket
can.
piss in or throw it out.
Facts.
My baby daddy did the same thing. He ain't had no job, no car. What he do? He ran. He he dumped my ass. Cause I'm not. You ain't about to be driving my car. And he, ain't paying no. He wasn't paying no bills. I said, no, you can't do that. You gotta pay some bills up in here. So what he did was he moved somewhere to live scot free with some white chick, and she took him in, and she told me he don't have to pay no bills. He can drive her car, and she bought him 2 gaming systems. I said, oh hell no, hell no, not me.
Uh,
Right.
uh,
There will always be women out here that love projects. Some women love projects, and those projects be boys disguised as men because they have man-like bodies, right? And there will always be women out here that is willing to do whatever she got to do just to have a body of a man in a home, right? But you can't compare to why doesn't he want me? He doesn't want you because he don't know how to receive you. He don't know how to take care of you. He don't
yeah,
know how to have a woman, because in order to stand by you, take that shit as a compliment. He would have to be a man.
yeah,
So when men run, you gotta let them run because they're not ready.
yeah. Shan's exactly right. If they don't appreciate you for what you do, then don't even worry about it. Just be like, okay, I'm gonna let that rock and keep moving. Like, there's a lot of men out here who don't appreciate a good woman that is willing to work with them and build. They'd rather the easy route out, which might be a white woman that's just gonna take care of you and pay all your bills for you. until she get tired and kick you to the curb, and you got to find yourself another white woman. And don't get it twisted. It's not gonna be no hot ass white woman neither. So let me put that out there for these niggas. It's like, oh yeah, I'll pull that off. Nah, it's gonna be some fat nasty white woman that you wouldn't want to be seen with. So don't get it twisted. I'm like, I dealt with my white chicks in college. I know how they work.
And not all white women are like that. And I think
Exactly.
that's the thing that gets portrayed. Some white women will beat that ass.
Not only will they beat that ass, some white women won't even deal with you. They be like, yo, I'm chasing after white millionaires, white billionaires. I don't need your monkey ass. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, let's also understand, people, white women know their value.
Yes.
They know what they can get.
Did you see that video that was going around when that guy was stop random white people and asked them what do they do to have like the lifestyle, the car that they have, and that white woman got out and she was like, I'm married.
Yeah, that's the answer. Like, yeah, I married a rich white man.
Hello.
Hey,
and that's the only son that there is. Like, she married right. She made a choice and decided to get married right. And I'm not saying she got married just for the money, but she agreed to devote her life and her commitment to someone who can provide the lifestyle and the means that she thought and thinks is priority for her.
Yes, and it's not for the money with them, because they're taught their value and their worth from their parents. I watch a show. I don't know if you watch it, called Love After Lockup.
No, I don't watch that show, but I've heard lots about it.
And I'm obsessed with that shit. My girl put me on that shit hard. I'll be watching every episode. Matter of fact, just my DVR just recorded that shit for this week. Watch it tomorrow morning. It's just about a bunch of people who people that are getting right out of prison, and they go from there. There have been a few white women on this show. One of them was batshit crazy, so I don't count her. The other one, like, these white women, they don't stick around for the bullshit for the most part, unless they're terrible and fat and ugly. Like, these other white women, they be like, yo, I know what I can get. Like, I know what kind of man. I don't need a man that just got out of prison. Like, I can go get myself a millionaire white man that works for some company and blah, 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 makes all this money, and I can be a stay-at-home mom. They understand that shit. That's part of their culture. It's not even like, oh, it's on this show. No, that's how they're raised. Their parents be like, yo, listen here, little white girl. You don't need to go out and have to deal with the bare minimum. Find yourself a nice white man that makes some good money. Because the white man is the preferred option out here. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna lie about it. We don't sit there and pretend like that's not what the option is.
Right.
He job. He makes millions of dollars, especially over here in the tri-state area where I live. And he can take care of you, your nice white wife, and your kids. And that's how it works. But now when we come in there, a lot of white chicks deal with black dudes. They deal with us on a college level. Where it's like, okay, I've always wanted a black experience. I'm in college. Let me see what it do. And in college, we be acting like, oh, yeah, we fucking the shit out of these white bitches. But as soon as they graduate, guess what they graduate to? White dick by white men with 7, 8-figure salaries. Don't get it twisted, niggas. They know where they're going after college. We were just a thing. We were a fun little fling. And that's it. You know what I mean? I don't ever want niggas to get it twisted with like, oh, yeah, nah. We dominate these white women. No. We're a moment in college for them. That's it. You know what I mean? Do not get it twisted. Next message. I'm sorry, you got something to say, Shan?
No, I said enjoy your moments with people.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy your moments. That's all it's going to be.
It's sad, but unfortunately, yes, women do not believe that there are any good men, or the bad boy, or the shit bag is what the ideal man is. And that's the problem. And like I said, I think that's the reason why I don't really want to be in a relationship with someone, in a guy, because I don't want to deal with all that bullshit, that baggage. And I've been with too many shitty guys as it is. And I'm over this shit. I want the ideal good man, but yeah, unfortunately, it's sad to say, but women think that the assholes and the shitbags are the ideal man, unfortunately.
You know, another thing with that, I feel like a lot of men, a lot of great men get pushed in the category of being lame because they second guess themselves. They don't have they're insecure and they feel like they have to ask permission in order to be men around women that are beautiful. And you don't. You just need to learn to assert yourself. So when it comes to them getting pussy or having a good woman or having a successful date or time, they overthink it and then they start fumbling and looking like they can't hold their weight. And for me, when men say, you know, women need to learn how to allow a man to lead, you
Mm-hmm.
can't lead me nowhere if you're fumbling over being around me. And that's the problem with a lot of men today. They overthink themselves and then I can't trust that you have me if you can't even carry yourself.
Yes. You know, and it was funny because my girl told me the other day when we were talking, she was just like, you know, one of the reasons why our relationship works so well is because she's like, I trust you to be my leader. Because, you know, we were talking about, you know, specifically when black women are like, I don't need no man, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's because they haven't met a black man that they respect and trust.
Yeah.
Trust a man who can lead you, you're not going to be running around saying that shit. Because that means you met a man that you're like, oh, no. I trust that this man knows what he's doing. I know he knows how to lead our family, how to lead me into a prosperous future. And, you know,
Yeah.
where to go. I'm like, the women that are saying, I don't need no nigga, you know, real ass bitch, nigga ain't shit, whatever, and, you know, shoveling snow by themselves is because
Mm-hmm.
is because they keep dealing with dirtbag ass niggas. Yeah,
Or
oh, go
or they don't want to change their fucked up ways. They want to be right. So they
ahead.
would rather deal with somebody wrong so they can be right every time because he's worse than I am.
Yeah, exactly. Like so you keep doing that if you want. That ain't gonna make things better, man. You know what I mean? Like just be understand. Like it's okay to have, and that's a whole nother show. It was like
Mm-hmm.
how to make the nice guy the right guy. You know what I mean? Because the nice guy has um that what is it? The cloud, the dark cloud over him. Oh, the nice guy, he's whack. He's not gonna take initiative and blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's not actually a fact. Like, you know, it's almost like I remember there was a rumor out there that guys with jobs and that had their life together couldn't fuck. And I'm like, who the fuck made that stupid ass shit up? Like, what
That's why I said what I said.
what
Some men when they do life right and they do life honest and they do it where it makes sense and it makes sense in the long run to have a family,
yeah.
they overthink it and then that becomes a turnoff because if I'm digging a man and we get to the point where we're about to have sex and he's
Mm.
overthinking it, your dick is gonna be soft. You could have the best pussy in front of you, your
Oh
dick
yeah,
is gonna
that's yeah,
because you're embarrassed. And
yeah.
then my nipples are going to be soft as shit because I'm not aroused because you can't hold your own. And so we just gonna sit there and act like this whole day and this whole moment did not happen. And you
Mm.
will never hear from me again because it is not a turn on for me to teach a man to be a man. I don't have sons, I have daughters. But it is a turn on for me for a man to be secure and sure about himself and come to me when he's ready.
And guess who Mr. Secure always is? Mr. Homeless half the time.
Yeah, he got the most balls. The most balls. He's gonna be comfortable not having
Mhm.
license and always having that woman's car because she has a man that can fuck her right. But he
Mhm.
doesn't have a job, but he always has somewhere to go in her shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Next show I'll be like, yo, I'm strategizing on how to get the nice guy to pussy. And we're tired of you being pussyless, Mr.
Yeah,
Nice. I'm tired of this shit. Like, y'all
yeah,
got to have more confidence in yourselves. You know,
yeah.
gotta
I don't have
start.
no problem doing that show with you.
Yeah, no. We'll sit, that'll be the next show. Like, we gonna get the nice guys to win at this point because I'm
Yeah.
sick of it. This is ridiculous. Let's get these messages.
Oh yes, I left a couple of black people that was going live on this app, and they was Trump supporters. They were saying they can't wait for Trump to be president again and all this stuff.
And let me tell you, I'm just gonna throw this in real quick. The biggest day of my trolling on this app was the day Joe Biden got inaugurated and signed in. I was hitting all the people who was like, "Oh, God told me that Trump will be president again." I was like, "Yo, what the fuck happened? Why is this nigga Joe Biden signing the papers?" And they were like, "Oh, I never said that." I was like, "Yo, y'all on some bullshit. Y'all on some bullshit on here, yo." Like, and that was just me trolling. Like, I already knew reality was gonna, crazy people don't get to control reality. So I already knew, Joe Biden was gonna be the next president. But it's just, to me, it's astronomical the amount of black people who clearly don't seem to understand racism or don't give a fuck about it.
Listen, people have to understand that, especially in America, brown skinned people, because you don't even have to be black to be brown skinned. Technically, not first generation, but your skin tone could be that. And we have to understand that politics in America were never set up to include us. The Constitution doesn't include us. It discredits us. And until they fix the Constitution, nothing that they make policy wise will apply to benefit us. So you could put 10 black people in the office or as president, dark as I don't know what. That's still not going to tell me that you're making choices for me just because you have people that look like me. Just like they keep posting people taking this quote unquote vaccine that are black for black people to feel comfortable. I don't give a fuck. I know what happened in Tuskegee. So I'm still taking the vaccine. Okay. So we need to stop being comfortable and happy when we see brown skinned people or people who assume that they are for us get into office spaces and assume they're going to do right by us, because Biden is better than that orange man.
He definitely
But
is.
time he is a white man that also has his own agenda, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm not excited about Kamala being in there with him. I'm not excited about him being in office, but at the same time, I know what this country is built on, and is racism, and I know politics does not include black people, but they use black people to sell their positions in politics.
People still don't understand the Constitution. They were like, the Constitution, the Constitution. I was like, please read your Constitution and tell me what it says about the black man.
Listen,
Consider the black man to be.
hello?
The human being? Okay. All right. Well, so when that changes, then come talk to me about the fucking Constitution. Don't even get you. Yo, Shane, you better get my blood pressure sky high. I can't even. Don't even get me on this shit right now with the political shit, because I was trying to have a nice conversation tonight about how we can help. How we can help these the one night standers get their prominent position in relationship. If we go into politics, I'm gonna lose all my hair. And don't get twisted. I do shows. I do political shows, but what I'm trying to do is, I'm like, right now, when things are seeming to get back to normal. Plus, I got a co-host that I do a show on Tuesdays and Fridays with. He's a white Republican, and I do it with him because he's a realistic. And I told him that. And I was like, "You're realistic, so I fucks with you." He's like, "I ain't about all this QAnon shit and all blah, blah, blah." He's like, "This is bullshit." And I'm like, "Okay, we can fuck with each other." Like, I'm not gonna do a show where I have to constantly argue with somebody who doesn't believe in reality. That is not what I'm doing. I'm not here for that. You're not gonna sit here and have me arguing with you all day. If you believe in reality, you're like, okay, well, I also don't agree with what's going on in my party. You and I can fuck with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's a whole fucking other topic. But that I just, on here, it was just weird how the amount of black people who were like, "Oh, I love Trump. He saved us. He's our savior." I was like, "Yo, where the fuck do you niggas live?" Like, what do you know what Trump actually did? No, I get it. Like, everything he put in place wasn't bad, but like, are you listening to this nigga talk? Do you hear the things he says? He clearly is not for you. He's not for you. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh no, he loves us." I'm like, "Yo, there's something wrong with y'all niggas, man. I can't do this shit." So, that's a whole nother story, another date. But that's how I am on these politics. I'm definitely, and I'm not even full-fledged Democrat. I'm a centrist, if anything. But Donald Trump, nigga, and you know what? I'm not gonna bring him back up because I don't want to give him the benefit of
You see, every time
being broken.
he's of a topic, I don't even give him that title of presidency. I say orange man all the time.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. Listen, I don't want to. Life has been so relaxing to me without
Mm-hmm.
worry about him going on Twitter and looking at you eyes. They're like, "Oh, this is a slippery slope with freedom of speech." I'm like, actually, no, it's not. If you look at what
Right.
they're saying, it's there are consequences that you would have to suffer for freedom of speech. You can't just because it's freedom of speech, you can't just say whatever the fuck you want and inciting riots and kill people that are in the house that I work in. That's not something that you can just get away with. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, I'm glad they explained the difference with that. And they're like, that's not just fucking freedom of speech, but it's gonna take some time for people to get to that because America's soft as shit right now. So, but let's get to these messages. Hold on.
Now he not even with the girl no more. Now he trying to get back with me. He going on my social media accounts. I block him, calling me, and then he don't even pop up the kids, none whatsoever. Don't say how the kids doing or anything, but just pop on. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Let me see you. 2 in the morning. Why you hit me up at 2 in the morning?
Right.
No sir, no sir. Last time I seen the father of my kids was 2018 October.
Wow.
And that's when I found out I was pregnant with my 1-year-old.
Wow.
JG, get back with that nigga. Go ahead.
Don't do it. You know what's so crazy is I have one of my kids' fathers is like that where we go months with him just being in the wrong. He decides that I want to do it right this time, and he does it right for like a month. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets back into his habit of not doing what he's supposed to do as a father for our daughter. And when he knows he's on the shit list of not being right as a father, has nothing to do with me personally because I took myself out of it years ago. He doesn't call. And then when he really can't take the silence of me not checking him because that's effort and that's wasted effort for me, he goes around me to people. Like he'll call my mom or he'll call like my nephew and try to talk. And he was like, the first thing is, why haven't you called to check on me? And I'm just like, what? I was like, you're not my child. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters, and we share a kid. Why haven't you called to check on her since Christmas? Why didn't you call her on Christmas?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, man, I got a lot going on. But you called here to talk to me. You asked why I haven't checked in on you, and you're childish and you're immature, and you have 3 children that are dealing with you choosing to be childish and immature because it's easier to not show up. It is easier to do it. I said, I have no conversation for you. You can do tomorrow when your child is out of school after 2:00. You can call her and check up on her. Every day when you wake up, before you wash your fucking face and see yourself, you should be calling each one of your kids to check on them. And you don't do it because you give a fuck. So we have nothing to talk about. And that's how you have to talk to him.
Yep, facts. Listen, we're dropping knowledge on y'all. This is knowledge being dropped. This is listen to Shan. She over here dropping knowledge on how you talk to the baby daddies who are trying to play the victim. You not the victim, nigga. We're not even gonna do that.
It's nothing out of hate, because I don't hate him. He's a part of my child, so I must love a piece of him. It's out of love and correction, because if you don't correct them, they're just gonna continue.
But you want to make your life easier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all our listeners. We're trying to make life easier, for dealing with baby fathers and this, that, and the third. Now, that's not the topic that you're reading right now. we're somewhere off topic, and that's how things go on this show. But we'll get back there eventually. Let's play these messages.
Yes, Dungeon, that is so true. When they get with these white bitches, they be the ugliest white bitches. Like, they don't be no fucking white bitches with no class. I remember telling Shan about my youngest daughter's dad. he was abusive and shit, and he was that same way. He wanted me to take care of him, and I cut his ass off. Because first of all, he was being abusive, and second of all, I'm not about to take care of no nigga that's putting his fucking hands on me.
Hello.
So I left his ass. So guess where he turned? Just guess what he went to? To an ugly ass white bitch.
Whoever takes.
Yeah. So yeah, they do get with these white bitches, and yes, she had money, and they're like not the best looking white bitches. They be like, yes, Dungeon, you speaking my language right now.
My problem is like to the black men out there, if you're gonna get with a white chick, she should probably be pretty good looking. Like, don't we already know? Don't bring that terrible looking white chick to the barbecue. Like, if niggas gonna look at you like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You know what I mean? Like, we've done this before, so I'm gonna need you to go on and get yourself a good looking white chick. You know, there's good looking white chicks out there that love black men. So go on and do what you gotta do. And don't embarrass the family on July 4th. You know what I mean? What do you think, Shan?
Sounds about right.
Yep. Exactly. Plain and simple.
Well, for me, every time I heard a black man told me like dating when they was dating white women, they always say, "Oh, she helped me out a lot. She helped me a lot." I heard that from about 3 coworkers. They all black men, and they saying she helped me a lot. She helped me a lot. She did this, did that. My credit score, and she helped me financially. And da da da, all the time. It's always she helped me.
Why? You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because black women do not set their fucking boundaries.
Yep.
If you set your boundaries, can't nobody use you because you've given them your time. You're allowing them this. But once you don't do this or you don't show up in this way, this is now cut off. We don't set boundaries. We think like our energy and our efforts is endless. That shit ain't endless.
Mm-hmm. Facts. And can we? Somebody brought this argument up last week about why dark skinned niggas don't like light skinned black women anymore and why they're not protecting them. I'm like, first of all of my group of friends all have black wives, and they definitely protect the fuck out of them.
Mm.
And I'm not doing skin tone. Look, some of them, like, all right. First, I'm a dark skinned dude. I get
Mm.
it. Most of us go after light skinned chicks. We just do. You know why? Because you called us blackies when we were in grammar school. And you were making fun of how dark we were. You called us doodle stain related color things and all that. And we were like, you know what? When I get older, I'm going to get me a light skinned chick. And that's what happened. So, dark skinned women, when you mad at us dark skinned brothers for going after these light skinned chicks, go and prosecute the light skinned boys that that have made us feel bad and insecure about dating dark skinned chicks. Because they're the ones that are like, oh, all y'all look like doo doo and blah blah blah. So that's the problem. Like I know that's why I went at the light skinned chicks. Was like, hey, I want to make sure I got me a nice light skinned girl. They say I'm dark skinned, blah blah blah, instead of third.
Man,
But
I just did an episode on that with my friend Nick right before we got on about colorism, and it was I think it's like 4 hours long, and I have that to edit after this. And the colorism thing goes so deep that it's levels
yes,
like that. But I think as black and brown people, we have to get to a point where the way that we thought when we were younger,
it's
and
not now.
we cut off a whole complexion of people because of that one person or those
Yeah.
few people that made us feel away. If we're basing all people upon those couple of people because of their
Mhm.
skin tone, we too are the problem. So we have to figure out a way where I want to go to talk to somebody to work through my fucked up mind frame, so I
Mhm.
don't look at all people that look like this as a problem. And I feel the same way about black people that say all white people are racist. All white people are not racist.
Yeah, they're not. You're 100% right. Where it's like we're just dumping groups of people
Yes.
into a demographic because somebody says something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You're like, yo, but that's not realistic and that's not fair.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a whole. Whew. Boy, that's gonna be a deep conversation. You're gonna have to have that one day where it's like, can we talk about colorism in the black community? Because God, that shit's so deep
Oh yeah.
that needs like a whole week of of fucking conversations about it. You know what I mean? So
I have relatives that I don't even introduce my kids to, and my kids are 7 and 3 because of that colorism stuff.
hmm
So
yeah, if they're like, oh, yeah, they too light, girl. Yeah, or they're not dark enough. You be like, yo, fuck are you talking? I'm not gonna sit here and deal with this with you. Like, I'm not gonna do this. So it's just fucking ridiculous. For this message.
Well, it depends what I did. You know, if I ate the box, I gotta wipe that.
oh no.
Oh man. Oh,
Wait a
hey,
minute.
come on, bro. So you got Roddy. Are you telling me that just because you ate the pussy, you're like, I gotta wife that? Are
No,
you
you
Jamaican,
don't.
my man? Like, I'm
No, you don't.
Jamaican. Like, yo,
Listen,
bro, come on, man.
there's different generations of Jamaican. There's a generation of Jamaican that swear up and down they don't eat pussy. And
Yeah.
then there's a generation of Jamaican that want to talk about how they eat pussy. And I know this because I have a family full of them.
Oh, listen, and I'm looking sideways at all of them because, like, yo, I'm like, I need to know why you would actually say out loud, I don't eat pussy. All right, so right, you eat the box, cool. Listen, bro, that's something that men should be doing on a regular. No man is getting points in my book for saying I don't eat pussy. You don't get points for that. Matter of fact, if you don't eat pussy, now I'm looking at you sideways. It
Listen.
has reversed. We have reversed the standard. Oh yeah, no, I don't eat a pussy. Bitch better suck my dick. No, nigga. If you're not eating pussy, I gotta look at you like, well, what are you eating if you ain't eating pussy? You boy, butt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not playing that shit. Like, come on, man. There's nothing masculine about eating a female vagina. You fucking kidding me, bro? Listen, bro. You better tell us you eating some pussy over there, Roddy. Because I'm about to go in on you, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be nice. We've been nice to everybody all night. But don't sit here and act like it's a problem for eating pussy or eating ass at this stage. Like, we got to please these women. You know what I mean? I ain't saying they shouldn't be doing nothing back to us, because I could have a whole nother episode on what women need to do to us to please.
Oh, they need it.
Mm-hmm. But we're not gonna sit here and do this whole I don't eat pussy. Like, come on, it's not fucking 1996. Let's stop that shit. Next message.
Yeah, Shan, unfortunately, the good guys, they do get a bad rap. They are considered weak, lame. Like Dungeon said, they make up the shit about they can't fuck. But like I said, I'm in a new point in my life. I'm like you, Shan. I'm just at the point where I don't want to get to know nobody. I have 4 children. I'm trying to start businesses. I ain't got time for that shit. Like I said, I'm on and off with my oldest 3 kids' dad. But like when we're off, I don't want to be with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I want to be by myself. And part of that is because I've been dating, like I said, assholes. But if I could come across the right guy, maybe I would reconsider how I feel about dating and being with men. Because it's just a lot of work. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's definitely a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to get the shot, because that Tuskegee experiment. My great grandfather, he was one of them, and they paid him. They only gave him like maybe like $5,000 for it, something like that, back in the '80s. My grandmother told me.
Wow.
I hear that.
Yep, Shane, I totally agree. You know, we had this conversation before. You know, I'm not excited about biting a camel, but I said that biting is the lesser of the 2 evils. So, yeah.
I hate that when they do that. I want to do it right this time. It's like, I guess like men can just step out, like say fuck you, fuck the kids if y'all in a relationship or not, and or like, oh yeah, I'm ready to be a parent now. Mothers can't do that shit. We
Right.
can't do that. We
Right.
can't just give up on our kids. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, men come and go. The kids are here to stay. And then who got to take care of them? The mother. She got to provide the shelter. But it's like the men, they just can just go about their day.
Now, now,
And
we
their
say.
conscience is clear.
Let me say
Like, I
this:
feel that.
there are some great black men that take of children because the mothers don't want a mother. Every woman that gives birth doesn't mean that she's a mother. Okay, there are
Mhm.
women that are choosing their boyfriends over mothering, choosing their boyfriends over kids, and wanting to live their 20-year-old life all their life. And those
Yeah.
fathers work hard and they take care of those children and know they cannot be mothers to those children. But that's when you start to rely on your sisters and your aunts to go ahead and pour into your kids because their mothers don't want to show up and be a parent. And that's something that I think great men don't get credit for because they're not screaming at front row seats talking about give me credit, give me credit. They just doing. They show up and they doing. And I want to appreciate those black men out here that are taking care of their kids because mothers don't want to show up. And also those black men that are out here taking care of the kids that those mothers cheated on them and had on top of the kids that they have
Mm-hmm.
because they do exist.
Facts, exactly. Like Shan put it exactly right. Like, listen, make sure you show love and support to the guys that are actually doing right. Like the men who are actually out here doing what they need to be doing, show them some love too, because you don't want to discourage those guys. I can tell you that right now. Listen, they get discouraged enough. Oh, you got your shit together, you doing right. Oh, you're a lame. They don't need any more than that. Like they're hearing that way too much. Like there needs to be a new standard set up because we know who the lame niggas are. The lame niggas are the niggas that y'all don't want to stay with.
Yeah.
Like, so why can't we call them the lame niggas? It's hilarious to me that till this day there has been no nigga called a lame nigga who's got multiple baby mamas, no job, broke, bum, stupid, smells stinky, and all that. Like, nobody ever was like, oh yeah, he the lame nigga. It's always the nigga that got the job, his shit together, and all that. They're like, no, that's lame because you don't know how to excite me. Fuck excitement. The
Mm-hmm.
excitement should be you not being pregnant every fucking month when after y'all have sex. That should be the
That's
excitement.
and that's another thing. I don't think women need birth control. They need self control because I've never taken self control in my life. I've
No.
never had an abortion, and I have 2 kids, and I'm 33. It is possible to have self control. Choose your people who you fuck wisely.
Ladies, please listen to what she gets to just said. She said, I don't need birth control. Women need self control.
Yes.
Please take that to heart. You know what I mean? Because we're not sitting there judging anybody. What we're saying is stop fucking with these niggas who just nutting up in you and
Yeah.
it can't provide for your fucking family. Because that's why this happens. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
niggas like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of you this and the third. Nut up in you, then what?
And
Then it's like,
another
oh,
thing,
I don't have a job.
listen, men think it's an attractive thing to say because I've had an ex like this. My most recent ex used to say, I'm gonna get you pregnant."
Mm-hmm.
Not a turn on.
I've heard. Well. Here's the only reason I disagree. One of my close friends, we were out for drinks this summer, and we were at a bar, and he
Mm.
literally like told the bartender, and she was hot. He's like, "I'm gonna put a baby in you," and I
Yes.
saw this bitch fucking get blush as hell. And like, oh my god, you're gonna put a baby in me? I
That
was like, yo, this
when
dirtbag. My friend is not a bum. I was like, he's a dirtbag though. And
yeah,
I was like,
it's
like,
not a
what turns you on? This is
it's
what
not
you want
about
to hear?
it's not about a man being a bum or not because he had 2 kids already. I have 2 kids. He works a
Mhm.
great job. He has his own house. It's owned. It's not about that. It's the fact that you think that that's supposed to be like, ooh, like that's supposed to be a turn on. That's not a turn on for me, especially the fact that we live out of state. Especially the fact that you will be having a child here and you will be living elsewhere and I
Mhm.
will carry the burden of possibly being pregnant because you thought it was like a cute thing to do. And a lot of men think that just because a woman has your child that you now are locked in for life for that woman that way. No, you locked in for life, but not in the way you want.
Yeah, exactly. Like y'all know how this works, right? Like it's not just because we're together, like we're in for life, But I get it. A lot of people, naturally think like well, what you just said. Oh, well, we're in for life, I got a kid with her. It doesn't matter what I do. That's my baby mama. And I'm like, your baby mama has the option to be like, yo, I need something better. I'm not gonna deal with this man because this man here is ruining my life.
I was so happy that the relationship didn't work, not because of that only, but he just was so used to being able to say the right things and women jump and hop to chop chop. Where I
Yeah,
was like, you can say nice things. I don't give a fuck about nice things that you say, but I don't work on things that you say. I work on things that you do. And he couldn't follow up with his words. And I'm just like, I'm good.
yeah. How you gonna fix that? It's like, oh, I have nothing to say about people who are talking about actions, speaking out in the words. Like, okay, of course you wouldn't. Have a nice life.
Right.
That's it. Like that's one of the main problems. But I guess people, like I said, people live and they learn. Play this message.
Yep, Shan. My daughter, my youngest daughter, her father's the same way. He'll do this shit where he'll want to get right, talk about wanting to be back with me and all that other bullshit, and he'll be on the right path for a few months, and then, like now, I haven't heard from him in several months because I just know his energy is just off. I don't want to be around that shit. It's just, he's the same way. He'll do right for a little short while, and then he'll be back on my shit list again. Because he can't get right. He can't stay on the straight and narrow path. I put his ass in jail one time, but even without me putting him in jail, he's in and out of jail on his own. He just can't get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this is life at this point, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh, Tierra Willie, you were so right. The father of my kids, baby mama, white. And man, she looks smacked as fuck. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I said, oh hell no, smacked as fuck. The bitch literally fucking shaved her eyebrows to put new ones on. Like this bitch put eyeliner on. And she looks stupid. Oh my gosh. But see, but it's like, they white or whatever like that. They don't care. Black, they don't be giving a fuck who oh, it's just a white woman. They don't care.
It's different, man. Dick message.
Matthew 5:29. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lust for her as a
You ain't reading the scripture, nigga. Yo, hold on. Listen. For you people who are reading from Bible scriptures about what we're talking about, you must have the energy to read the full fucking scripture. Do not come in here and read that scripture and act like you got so discouraged that you just left the other half on the end. Fuck out of here, yo. Read the whole scripture. Man up and be about what you about. It made me sick. I'm so sick of these people. I don't even want to read the whole scripture. No. Read the whole fucking scripture, man. Fuck out of here.
Matthew
Okay.
5:28. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lust for her has already committed adultery within the heart.
Okay. So let me put this here.
All
I'm
right.
not I'm a spiritual person because I feel like all religions are connected. The only thing that makes them different is man's greed, right? Um, you can lust a person and love them at the same time, and I also think the best relationships require both. You never gonna sit here and tell me that you could be married to your wife for 50 plus years and not lust her in any type of way. You never could tell me that you're happy and excited about your person that you're married with as a woman and say you don't lust that man in a certain way, but you match love and effort. So I feel like you need both.
Mm-hmm. You're 100% right. Thank you. Let's keep it moving.
John,
Man,
He just he just learned how to use his app. Like
man.
Jesus Christ.
1 John 2:16. For all that
This is not it.
Listen, why do you guys think that both of my baby daddies have told me that shit? Oh,
No,
that they locked in for life, nigga. No, the fuck you
not.
not. I don't know. Maybe my first baby daddy. Maybe that nigga do think he locked in for life because my stupid ass keep going back to
Yeah,
him.
he does.
I mean, I do love him.
You
You
need to
know what
stop.
I'm saying? I've been with him since we were teenagers, but I don't know. They do think that because I got kids by them that they got me forever. No, nigga, you don't. You need to know that I can leave you anytime I fucking feel like it.
Anybody
Okay, so get that cockiness out your voice. We are not locked in for life. I
can.
mean, as far as these children go, we are, but don't think you all that, nigga.
Let me
No.
tell you something. One of my kids' dads, when he because he doesn't drive and he lives up north, when he comes down to visit, I allow him to stay at my house for the 3 days that he's here max, because I can't take him over 3 days. And
Uh-huh.
when he stays here, that man could sleep in the living room. He could sleep in his daughter's room. And even if he sleeps in my bed, sir, you are just going to sleep. There's no touching, there's no boo grabbing, there's no nothing going on. And he doesn't understand. I thought you said you haven't, dealt with nobody in such and such long. I said, yeah, correct.
Doesn't
And
mean I'm back
and
to
you
you.
and you ain't it. Because to me, mentally, when you're done with a person and mentally when somebody cannot feed you and it clearly does not do right by their child,
Yeah.
as a man, you have nothing to give me, not even dick.
Yes. Hey,
And that's where your
man.
discipline needs to be and your self-control needs to be.
Well, I hope y'all heard what she said, man. Like that was very important as to what the standards are. Where I was like, yo, if you can't provide for me and my family, you don't need to be trying to get back in this.
Sir, no.
It's literally that simple.
This pussy is no longer your comfy couch.
Yeah,
That's it.
simple message.
Yes, Dungeon. Unfortunately, you're right. This is my fucking life because I made the stupid decision to lay down with this dude, and I don't know. I'm swallowing that big ass pill. Man, you don't know. I'm swallowing the pill. Yes. So yeah, this is my life.
Let
Unfortunately, but I make do with the best of it. I come to terms with it. I understand like this is the shit that I'm gonna have to deal with. Unfortunately, until my daughter is at least 18. So yeah. Yeah, Dungeon, I already know this is life.
and this is another thing. People who were like, this is why you need to find you a man that can lead and a woman that can, submit, and y'all need to get married and then have kids as if that means something. That
Yeah.
means to whoever the fuck it means something to. But also people who once get married and are together and do have children also get divorced. And let me tell you something. Me
Uh-huh.
working insurance for 4 plus years, I could tell you this. Once you get married and you get divorced, you are no longer single. You are always divorced until you once get married again.
Uh-huh.
So when you make that decision to be married, don't think that person doesn't have the option to leave, doesn't have the option to wake up one day and be like, I don't want this no more and I don't want this with you, because that can happen. So we need to stop bringing up marriage first as if that's going to be like the forever glue to your shit. It's not.
Exactly, yo. Like people don't get that. It's like, oh, we get married, blah blah blah. This is what it is. And you're like, no, that's not how that works. But we're in a different stage in age nowadays, so everybody acts funny. But I definitely agree with you on that. So play this other message we got over here.
See, what I went through with men, they always be misleading.
Mm.
Very misleading. Every guy I talk to, they just mislead me all the time.
It's not misleading. It's saying one thing, not showing up, and us making excuses for why they didn't show up. Don't make excuses for why they didn't show up. They didn't show up because they didn't want to show up. That's
Yeah.
not misleading. That's like you repeatedly not wanting to see and be like, okay, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Like a
It,
lot of people, we get, and I have done this in my 20s. I fall in love with the potential of something being great and it not being great.
and please, Jay, believe this. I've said it. I don't know how many times tonight. I've said it so many times tonight. You ain't changing shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to express this to you, whether you want to believe it or not. I get it. You're like, oh, he'll do this for me. No, he won't.
Mm-hmm.
Do that for you. He won't. History is showing us niggas ain't doing shit for nobody. Niggas want to do shit for themselves.
Facts.
What you think he gonna do it for you?
Facts.
He not doing shit for nobody. Don't expect it. Don't sit there wasting your time with it. Like we done went through damn near every situation tonight, and changing is definitely not been one of them. That's gonna happen. So, you know, I feel you for trying, but it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So, you can ask myself, and she gets it as much as you want, but it's just and like I said, you shouldn't get into a relationship where you have to change somebody. You
Yeah.
know, they should already be, in my opinion, they should already be equipped for you.
Yeah.
And what you're looking for. Not, oh, yeah, no, it's going to take me a few years to get you where I need you to be.
It's
But
like when I choose people, it's like when I go shoe shopping. I
uh-huh,
get into the shoe store either because I need shoes or I don't need shoes, but if I see something that's the right price and I like it,
uh-huh,
I'll buy it, right?
uh-huh.
You could go through the whole shoe store one time and look at every shoe and nothing initially catches your eye or you love it on sight. You go back around the store one more time, you're going to start to convince yourself that you like something that you really don't like and you really don't need. So my thing is when you see something on somebody or you see a character flaw or personality trait and you don't like it and you just maybe over time they'll get to see that they can do that less or don't do that at all or maybe change that because I don't like it and they love me enough to change it. Don't do it. If it ain't right on the first try and the first go around and what you see and what you're aware of and they don't owe you shit,
Uh-huh.
then don't do it. But if it's right and you fall in love with it and you see it and they don't owe you shit and they still come through and it's consistent, then that's when you know.
Whole different situation. So pay attention to it, man. Pay attention to the audience, the knowledge that myself and Shannon has given y'all tonight. You females that do or males that do one night stands. We are giving you the keys and the instruments so we can make this shit work for you, and where people will respect you as a husband or wife afterwards. So, if you want to do what we told you, make sure you take it seriously, and that's gonna work for you and benefit you in your future, man. You know what I mean? We spent a few hours here tonight making sure that y'all know the pros and cons, as we should say, sexing on the first night.
Mm.
And we've been a pro community of one night stands and making sure that y'all work. So we want to now see and make sure that y'all go out there and make sure that it does work. And that give us some stories. It'll be a part two of this. Trust me, it'll definitely be a part two of this. This is
Mhm.
a popular popular topic. So people want to hear about it and how follow up on things. So, y'all let us know how it worked out for you and what tactics you use, and then we will definitely fill that into the rest of the community and let everybody else know that it is possible to be a one night stand that becomes a husband or wife from that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Let's play. Get these last few messages out the way. Hold on.
Oh shit! What does that say? Can you commit to? No, no, I cannot. Beep beep beep. Hey, put this note in that envelope over there. Say no. Yes, put over there in that envelope for me, sir. Say no. All right, thank you, sir. Beep beep beep. All right, I see you.
I don't know, brother Williams. You didn't convince me, man. I think you might be all right with one night stands, and they're convincing you to be the the number one position because you ain't convinced me that that's not what you was into. So try a
Yeah.
little bit harder this time, bro. Next message.
This was a good live tonight.
Mhm.
Thanks for the opinions and stuff. But I gotta get ready to go to work. Y'all have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.
You have a good night too, Jay. You just let us know how everything worked out for you,
Yes.
so we can make sure that you got yourself a man in your life.
Yes.
That's gonna treat you right. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get some sleep myself. Everybody at this point, I'm sure Shannon is too. We've been on here with y'all for 3.5 hours. What the fuck? I don't feel bad no more. God damn! I thought this, I thought we was on like 2 hours. Like, yeah, we've been on here for almost. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Shannon, it's been a great talk. We definitely need to do this again. Do you want to pick the topic for the next one?
um. Yeah, we gonna help quote unquote lames get pussy.
Okay, there you go. All right, so all right, I'll just send you that topic. You got the same schedule, right?
Yeah.
For okay, so I'll send you that topic, and we'll set up the next talk for
Okay.
how to make sure the good guy gets some pussy.
Yeah.
Because we sick of him not winning right now.
That's
And
right.
we'll play his last message, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Hold on for a second.
Back to me. Mm. Hey, here's another note. And write this down and put it in another note box right there. Said no. Look here, I met my boo on the internet, and we met up at Popeyes. And 3 months later, he sent the lovely flowers to my grandmother's funeral. And then
Oh.
after that, I really fall for him. No, it wasn't a one night stand. No. I always look at one night stands for a little bump in the bump if I need it and keep it going. But no, they don't get none on a one night stand. No, ain't no bump the bump. Not on a one night stand. It might get a little, wait about 2 or 3 months and get a little taste. All right. Beep, beep, beep.
All right, brother Williams, we feel you, man. That opinion might change with the next show. We'll have when y'all see, follow both of us. We will be setting up shows very soon. Content controversy, what we do here. We appreciate y'all listening tonight. Appreciate the participation.
Yes, and check out She Gets a Podcast on all your podcast platforms. We'll be back.
Yes, her, and she gets it in. Hey, Greg, they have
Yay.
great shows. Well, this how we met because I was on their shit.
Yes,
Like, they really
we
good
appreciate
shows, and we will have really good shows as well. So we appreciate the comments, the claps, everything, and
you.
follow up with us. Myself and she gets it. We'll set up another show for y'all, and we will take it from there. In the next few weeks, I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the Super Bowl. Y'all have a good night.
Night.
Thanks for having me. She gets it.